Hey guys, how you going? Hope you're all doing very well. This afternoon I'm going to be doing another movie review. This movie is a comedy from France, French language English subs, released in the year 2016, directed by Bruno Dumont, and this film is called Slack Bay. So Slack Bay is set in the very early 1900s and it concerns two families who live in this bay area. So one family is very, very rich. They live in a villa overlooking the bay, and the other family is very poor, who are fishmongers and also help tourists get around this destination. So their paths are about to cross, which results in a set of chaotic events. Now you've got a side plot of two inspectors who come from the city to investigate the disappearance of tourists. Now they want to get to the bottom of this and they're not going to leave until they've solved the case. So it's just a set of chaotic circumstances, one after another, and how it all unfolds is something you're going to have to find out for yourself, because that's as far as I'm going, my synopsis. Now my thoughts on Slack Bay. I had no idea what to expect with this film. Now Bruno Dumont is a household name as far as French cinema is concerned, which is very surprising because usually I catch on to these directors a lot sooner than I actually did with this director. He went under the radar for some reason, but I heard that he had a strong following and he had his own style as far as filmmaking is concerned. So I definitely thought I have to check this film out. I didn't really go out of my way excitedly to actually check it out, but I thought, alright, well, this is a film that has got around and I've actually heard about the title, but not so much about the director. And so when I did a little bit more investigation, I thought, well, okay, well, this is a director I definitely have to get onto. So I didn't know what to expect with Slack Bay. I thought the trailer looked very strange, but I wasn't quite prepared for how strange this film would be. Now, it's not a perfect film. The movie does have some glaring issues, but overall, it was a hell of a lot of fun. This is a film that, if you are a fan of Jean-Pierre Jeunet from Delicatessen and Amélie, and Quentin Dupieux, Rubber and Deerskin, chances are you're going to really like what Bruno Dumont delivers in Slack Bay. And what he delivers is just pure imagination. This is a world that is so ridiculous, so out there, but for some reason it just works because it's just a lot of fun. This is the classic fun filmmaking. This is a nod to the old-fashioned slapstick humour. There's a lot of witty sort of dialogue-based humour, and so it just felt like a movie from yesteryear, and you don't really get too many of these films these days. And so Bruno Dumont is definitely a student of old-fashioned comedy, which just basically results in something that was just completely insane. So the world is very reminiscent to Jean-Pierre Jeunet, Delicatessen especially, because this is actually quite a morbid film. It does take on concepts, not in a serious way, but it does make you feel like, okay, well, I wasn't expecting that. So the overall tone is a contrasting difference to the overall concepts, which actually makes it quite off-putting. So you know you're in a world that is a lot of fun, but there's something wrong and there's something that is dreaded that actually makes it very uncomfortable. And so although you're having a lot of fun basking in the absolute insanity, you also feel as though something is off, and the concepts is what produces that feeling. And I thought that was absolutely fantastic. I thought the characters are fantastic. Just looking at them made me laugh, especially the way the father of this rich family walks. I just absolutely love that. There's a lot of people falling over, which is very silly, but again, for some reason it just works. My favourite character, hands down, was the fat inspector. I absolutely loved every minute he was on screen, just the way his mannerisms, they was just all very off-putting and strange. And so it's basically just pure imagination that is splashed on the screen that you don't see very often. And so that was something that I absolutely loved about Slack Bay. I thought the cinematography captured that cartoonish world. I thought, as I said, there's a lot of silly elements that are thrown in, but it never feels like it's lost control. I always felt like this director knows exactly what he's doing as far as comedy is concerned. And although it is ridiculous, it doesn't come out of the realms of that enjoyment. Yes, things are silly, but you're having a lot of fun watching it. And so this is definitely shades of Jean-Pierre Jeunet. And so if you like that director, chances are you're going to really like Slack Bay. Unfortunately, I had some issues with this movie, and the biggest issue was the fact that it was a little bit too long. I thought it nearly goes for just over 2 hours, which I thought, yeah, it really got a little bit repetitive in the last quarter, and it kind of outstayed its welcome, and so that was something I didn't really like. And I didn't like Juliette Binoche's character. Now, Juliette Binoche, a beautiful woman, very good actress, but her character, she was over the top, but she just got a little bit grating after a while, and I felt as though, yes, the whole film was over the top, but she was a little bit of a distraction. I felt as though she was a little bit out of place. And so the way she just went on when she was upset, I thought, okay, well, you're just getting really annoying. And so the whole film has that ridiculous feel, but there's a sense of control in that ridiculous quality, whereas Juliette Binoche's character, I didn't feel like they had control of that character. And so I just wanted to see that character go, which is basically the only character of the film that I really didn't like. And so that was a shame, because the whole film has that quality, as I said, of just really controlled insanity, but there were other elements that I didn't think as though it had have as much control. And so it was a little bit disjointed in that area. I thought it was a little bit long, but if you like your really crazy films, there's a lot to laugh at. I thought as far as humour is concerned, it made me laugh on more than one occasion, which is something that you definitely want from a movie. And so if you do like your nods to old-fashioned humour and you like your just crazy, insane sort of cartoonish worlds, Slack Bay is one I would recommend. It has some really dark themes, but it never gets to the point of being disturbing because the overall alleviation of the complete insanity allows you just to bask in all the insanity. So it's a very deranged film, but it's a film I would recommend. I'm going to give Slack Bay 3.5 stars. Alright guys, that's it for my review. Hope you enjoyed it. Till next time, keep watching movies and I'll see you later. Bye.